buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing, and I can hold my own hand, and I can love me better than you can. To be honest, I'm tired of loving myself better than you can. And I'm taking a stance today.
Made it.
Tuadior, yeah, you on fire, need 100 days, something that you can't ignore. All these girls are bored, saying it's a chore.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Tuadior, and I am wishing you a happy Valentine's Day. Here are my flowers to you, girl. Here, or guy, whatever. I wanted to open up about something that I fought for weeks about putting on here because I'm a bad little bee and I sleep like a Barbie. So I'm gonna do this channel and I'm gonna come out here and tell y'all what it is. I gotta also keep it real with y'all. The confession that I have is that I, at 24 years old,
have never had a boyfriend.
What? Huh? Anytime I tell people that, they literally are like so shocked. I actually had one person ask me,
Oh, are you gay?
so yeah, that's how it's going for me. Yeah. So, you know, it's getting to the point that people are questioning my sexuality. Oh my gosh. No, for me personally, I think one of the reasons why I've always been single is because the first thing is that I was a late bloomer. So I didn't really get started, honestly, until 18. So I know y'all would be like, well, that doesn't sound too bad. But I feel like for me, like considering the stories that I've shared on this channel about struggling up and like growing up ugly, a lot of people don't talk about that transition. Like I was the type of girl in elementary school where like boy and like somebody told him, the boy would be like, ew. Or I was like those like bad options that like, you know, when you play games as a kid and you're like, loser has to tell this person that they love them, but it's a prank. Like I was those kids that like would be on the bottom of the totem pole. And like, so when I glowed up, like in my high school era, like when I came to college, like I was getting all this attention and I didn't know how to handle it. So obviously your girl gonna go crazy because I had no experience. And mind you, a lot of people don't talk about when you're a freshman, like, and you're a girl, how like some of the like senior or junior guys, they don't know, they use you and like they manipulate you. And so I feel like for me, being a late bloomer and not having healthy ways to interact with men early on, I feel like that plays a role in it. And then I also feel like another thing is like also like not being able to kind of set my boundaries in that space. I feel like a lot of the times, you know, I had a lot of situationships that could have really been cut off had I just said, get out my face and walk away. But because, you know, you're looking for something, you see it on the movies, you see it on TV, you see it on your social media, you see it in your real life, people being in relationships and things like that. And you're just kind of like, you know, you want your time to come, right? Like dating nowadays is so hard because everybody feels like they got options. Everybody feel like they got options. You know, you go on dating apps, which I am a huge like dating app user. You know, you are just swiping through. And I actually saw this one hot take that dating apps are actually designed for guys. They're not even designed for girls, to be honest, because guys are more into the physical. So that's why you just swipe. You just see a bad girl, chop, because they're more likely to pay for the services. Whereas women, you know, we are looking for a little bit more than that. We're not just looking for looks. We're looking for stability. We're looking for somebody that can love us, take care of us. For some of us, like we're looking for a partner, right? And sometimes these apps, they're not designed necessarily for you to find a partner because everybody feels like they have options. But when you step out of your house in real life, you see how many options you truly have. And also, it's not even just the apps that's making people feel like they have all these options in the world. Manosphere telling guys that they deserve so much better, and any little thing that a woman does is wrong, and oh my
Here's 4 signs that she's just not that into you, brother. Send this to your friend who needs it. Sign 1, she doesn't reach out to you first. If you are always the one messaging first or trying to create plans, that is a huge red flag.
My God, if she asks you to pay for the date, is like she's a gold digger, she don't want you, she's not the one, she should be willing to go 50-50. Y'all still grown as heck talking about 50-50. Gonna pay or you're not gonna pay. That's really how it is. Like, you're not gonna sit here and talk about 50-50 out of hand. And then women also, I'm gonna hold the women accountable. Women are also like, everything, little thing a guy does, any slight inconvenience.
What is your best tip for single girls in New York City?
Girls, don't date. Meet me at Sephora in Soho. I'm going to hold a UN meeting. We're going to take over the world. Snail mucin is going to be a weapon of mass destruction.
Now, the number of followers you have. Right now, anybody can have a blue check mark, so we don't care. But there is the kind of girl that does care, okay? There is the kind of girl that only really wants to date a celebrity, that only really wants to date an athlete, and that's fine. You were never going to get with that girl. Say la vie. But most girls would rather you didn't have a presence on social media. When girls see 100 followers on a guy's account, we thank the Lord, literally.
The guy does, you deserve better or more.
Newsflash.
The reality is that people are going to be good and bad, but I feel like the generation, social media has conditioned us to make us feel like we deserve better than the real life. Despite all the adversity I've faced and failed talking stages, failed situationships, whatever, just things not working out, miscommunication, narcissism, whatever you call it, I still remain hopeful, because even though it annoys me that I'm in this phase and my single season has been practically my whole entire existence, over some time, I start to get worried. A lot of us, especially as you become college educated, if you guys don't know, I'm a PharmD student, and you're getting higher degrees and things like that. They always say it's always harder, and the older you get, it gets harder. And so I start to get worried. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I start to get a little worried. I start to get a little scared. I start to get a little because I'm like, bruh, like, I don't want to be, struggling. I'm a bad little, and I sleep like a Barbie. So I shouldn't really be going through this, but like I told you guys in my pretty privileged video, just because you're looking good doesn't always mean everything is right. Although I haven't been able to get into a serious relationship, I kind of do feel like it's not that I will never have it, right? And when I started to take a step back at the end of 2023, and I was like, you know what? Who am I? Who am I? Yeah, I'm Big T, Big Tuadior, TTG, whatever. Call me everything you want to call me, but who am I at the core of my essence? Is that some poetic stuff? Yes, I'm giving poetic justice. I kind of sat down and I was just like, you know what? I'm over it. But not over it in that I'm not out there, I'm not going to try again, but I'm over feeling defeated. I watched a video from Tony Gaskins the other day about if a man really likes you, he's willing to do like whatever it takes because he knows that it's you, it's the one that you want. And for some reason, when he said that, it just, a light bulb came in my head. Sometimes when we're in these situationships and these talking stages that are going nowhere, a lot of the times we're holding on, we find ourselves kind of like accepting things that we wouldn't accept. Y'all know what I'm talking about. For example, like when when the guy is fine, right? You can come over. You don't mind coming over. You put a little fight, you can give a little game, but you gonna come over, right? You gonna come over. You gonna come over. But if the guy is not as attractive, that's when you have all your standards. That's when you don't do that. You don't kiss on the first date. You don't text back. You're not a texter. Yeah, evil because you know when you're in a situation that you find favorable, like you're with a guy, he's fine, he's charming, you know, you're a little with whatever, and even if he's like playing you and using you and throwing you in the trash can and picking you and dumping you. And I realized that when he talked about that in his video, he was kind of talking about the fact that if they know that it's you, they're gonna wait for you. They're gonna make sure it works out with you and respect you. So I realized that a lot of the people that I was really like feeling there, or like maybe I thought we were going somewhere, I noticed in those situations, I wasn't really holding my boundaries. I wasn't 10 toes down. And I'm 10 toes down in a lot of things, like when it comes to friendships, when it comes to like work relationships, when it comes to like interacting with people. But, you know, when it's in a relationship, I'm kind of like, you know, it's harder for me. And it's because my first experience is, you know, if you're 18 and like a senior is talking to you, you know, it wasn't the balance. And I think a lot of people, like, age gaps are like very glamorized, but it's not even age gap, it's like life stage gap. For example, like I, as a 24-year-old, I would not date an 18-year-old. Now, I'm not trying to blame myself, but I genuinely also do feel like I have not met the right person either. And that took me a while to really think about it, because I've really had harsh crushes on people. I've been like, oh my God, yes, you. But I realized that like when I go back, when I'm out of the situation, that's when I realized like, dang, you're messed up. But what I realized was that these guys like out here, these kids out here, like, I'm only 24. Like, I'm not gonna meet, like, if it's not really my husband and it's not God's timing, everybody I meet is gonna be a mess. And I've learned to kind of accept that as long as I'm growing, as long as I'm learning and not making the same mistakes, and I'm just living and just, you know, let's say, okay, I realized maybe, okay, I got too comfortable too soon or something like that, and taking accountability for my own actions, I actually can, it might not be as bad. Like, I guess my perspective has now changed in that, yes, although it's annoying, you know, sometimes when I'm really in my low moments and I see like this girl like posting her boyfriend got her this and that, and I'm just like, okay, like I have to go and buy myself that, you know. But when I think about it, my single season has taught me so much. It has taught me that, you know, how to love myself. It has taught me how to be passionate. It has taught me how to bounce back from adversity. It has taught me how to grind. It has taught me that I mean something. It has encouraged me to take this channel seriously. It's just been a time for me to be myself. And yes, I do need companionship. I do desire companionship, but my sole essence as a woman is not my companionship. And also realizing that just because so far it hasn't happened, it doesn't mean it's never gonna happen. I guess I wanted to talk to some of you guys that are in this position where you're struggling with this. And I just want to say that it's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world to be single at an age when you feel like you should have had all the boyfriends, because you see other girls, they always have a boyfriend or they always have something, or you see somebody else's relationship. You can't compare. We've seen so many marriages and relationships where it looked like they were so happy, and then all of a sudden DV allegations come out of nowhere. It looks like they were so like great in goals, and then they break up. And it's like, at least, you know, I can kind of not deal with that. But I know that when I do enter this phase, I will be ready. And I'll be ready because I'll know who I am. I'll know what I stand for. I'll know I'm a bad little hubby and I'll sleep like a Barbie. I'll know that. I will know that, you know, what I like, what I don't like. I know what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and I'll be secure in that. no relationship would ever take that away from me, because my single season has taught me, like, it has taught me to be who I am. And I don't think you can take that. You see some of these girls who have always been in relationships, sometimes when they're finally single, they're confused. They don't know who they are. Their whole existence was because they were with that man. But sometimes you just gotta sit back and just say, you know what? Like, singleness is sometimes can be lonely, but knowing that you're whole, knowing that you're complete, knowing that you're comfortable in yourself, I think is the most refreshing thing about it. Am I getting emotional? I hope I'm not getting emotional. I don't want to see the haters. I don't want my ops seeing me crying, but I just, for some reason, it really touches me, because, you know, society always makes us feel like if you don't got a man, or my man, it's like you're a problem or it's something wrong with you. But we have to embrace every season that we're in. And I'm Christian. I don't have my cross necklace on, but I do believe in God's divine timing. And I do feel like I do feel like, although, you know, so far 24 years in, I still got another 24 by God's grace. And it's going to happen. And when it does happen, it'll feel completely right. And I'm not going to sit here like some of these miserable hoes that's crying and feeling like upset and feeling like it's like the end of the world. Yes, I know I'm Nigerian, the pressure and all that stuff. But when I want it to be right. I want it to be worth it. So I don't know, I just was chatting, but I think the things that I'm going to do about this is I'm really going to take the steps to see where I've been lacking, right? See where I've been lacking. One thing that I haven't been doing is I don't really step out and meet people. Like I guess maybe some of that anxiety of like just not socially getting along with people, like as a kid, maybe that kind of comes to me. I don't know. I'm just putting a theory out there that maybe it makes me feel like, dang, like I'm kind of, because I'm very socially awkward. Like I'm the type of person, like I'm a Leo, if you guys are into that. And so we're usually the type of people that's very comfortable around people we're comfortable with, but very uncomfortable around people we're not. So it's like I'm like a very outspoken, reserved person. That's what I like to call myself, very outspoken, reserved person. Because if I don't know you, I'm not talking to you. But if I know you, I'm going to speak your ear off. So I think that's like why I'm kind of that way. But I feel like I'm going to chronicle this journey on this channel. You know, we're not going to sit here and just talk. We're going to put some work into action. So I decided, you know, I'm going to chronicle my journey. So see what I'm doing, and I want you guys to come along with me, especially those of you who are going through the same thing I'm going through, because we got to keep it real. So I'm going to chronicle my journey, my dating experiences going forward. I'm going to tell you guys what am I doing, but it's not because like I'm so fixated on it, but because I want to improve it. I need to share it, just like anybody would improve their weight loss journey. Girl, I'm gonna have to show y'all what's going on, so y'all can see, you know, what's tea, right? And those of you who are in the same position as me, you are not unlovable. You are not unworthy. You are worthy of more, girl. Stop crying on Valentine's Day. You know, get up, get your makeup done. Like me, you see me, my makeup done. I'm snipped like a Barbie. Hips. You see I'm snipped like a Barbie. Hips, lips, you know, you see I'm snipped like a Barbie. I'm not going nowhere, but I have my roses. Oh, I have my roses. I got my pastries, and I'm just gonna enjoy me, because at least I have me. At least I know how far I've come. I know my story, and it'll come. Don't lose hope on yourself. Don't make yourself seem like you're unlovable. Just do you. Well, I don't know. I guess this was my little rants, whatever, about being single on Valentine's Day or in life. And enjoy your single season, no matter how long it is. because when it's the time and it's the right time, you'll be like, I'm glad I waited. Happy Valentine's Day, sis, or bro, whatever. Here's my rose to you. Enjoy your day today. It's your girl Tuadior. Leave a comment in this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're excited to see my dating series. I'm gonna vlog the dates and we're just gonna really get into some tea. Let me know in the comments if you're ready to see that. It's your girl Tuadior. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.